Hi and welcome to our next episode of Breaking Boundaries. This week we've been invited to visit the Den Hill Recreation Centre, part of Disability Sport Yorkshire. They run an amazing programme of inclusive activities. We've been invited to join them to find out more.
Here, it's all about disability and I find that it's really enjoyable. Providing opportunities for people to be active that wouldn't otherwise have that opportunity is quite powerful and emotive, and that's what I really enjoy.
Janet. Like to meet new people.
On a Monday here we have the dementia support group, which is affectionately known as Crumpet Club. Self-titled by the people that come themselves, which I think is brilliant. And that's because they generally tuck into some crumpets. They have a cup of tea or a coffee or something else, and then they'll just natter with each other. Play a bit of bocce or bingo sometimes, and I found out there's even bocce bingo that could take place.
Well, it was for people with dementia to meet up and play games, keep them active and to enjoy themselves and to mix with other people like they were. And we both had husbands who had dementia, and they used to enjoy it a lot, didn't they?
Yeah. We don't only have dementia people, we have people with different disabilities. It's a nice mix of people that you probably wouldn't be friends with otherwise. These things are so important, they're a lifeline. When you're in that situation, you need people that are in the same situation, but you also need other people that make life just normal. And it's a laugh. That's what you need in your life when things are so serious. You need a laugh.
It's not just a place to meet, it's a place to make new friends. It's a place to talk to each other about challenges or issues that they might be experiencing. And I think that's what makes it a really special place to be. So Sporting Futures is one of our flagship projects. It's led by Leanne, who's the project lead, who's one of our sports development officers. And we run those generally in partnership with professional or semi-professional sports clubs. So an example of that would be a previous cohort was with Doncaster Rovers, a football club, and that took place at the Eco Power Stadium in Doncaster. Current programmes, we've got really strong links with local rugby league clubs, so Featherstone Rovers, who play in the Championship at rugby league level. We're working with them at the moment around 2 cohorts.
I'm a sport development officer within the charity. We look at offering different sporting opportunities to people with disabilities, whether that be getting them more involved in sport, finding them employment, just opening their eyes to what sport can offer. And my job within the company is to do Sporting Futures, and Featherstone have partnered up with us to be able to offer a programme here. We're offering 2 and they're really successful at the minute. The programme has 2 elements. We want to increase bits of activity and exercise, so we'll always try and have half an hour to an hour where they'll go and do a bit of exercise, whether that be bocce, which is a bit more seated, a bit more relaxed, or football. And because the facilities here and the access we have, we're able to use the gym, which is really eye-opening for some of them because they don't have that access. The alternative part of the programme is work experience. So they're actually looking each week at different job roles, whether that be coaching, whether that be grounds work, just all the behind the scenes jobs that happen. So we've had a kit design week, which it was a competition. Featherstone fans have actually picked which their favourite shirt was, which it was amazing watching some of them be able to design, but that's actually a job role. People actually do design a kit and it's not something you think about from the outside.
Experiencing like sports and that, so like different things, different jobs in sport places like this. It's really unlocked the creativity in me, the imagination in me.
Sporting Futures provides an opportunity around bringing disabled people who are unemployed closer to the labour market. So that might be employability skills that we'll work on, volunteering in workplace environments, but using sport as a way to introduce those young disabled people into maybe social media and marketing. It could be hospitality, it could be stewarding, it could be groundskeeping, it could be many things, including coaching. But what it does is it introduces those young people into potential careers that they've never thought about before. But actually, in doing that work experience, they've discovered a new love. And it doesn't matter which one works for that young person, but what it does do is it gives them a set of skills that will bring them closer to being able to work for a living in the future.
On Featherstone Rovers Foundation and on the Disability Sport Yorkshire pages to recruit participants for it. So generally it's open access as long as people are 18 to 30 and have a disability or a long-term medical health condition, and they are eligible to be a part of it as long as they are not in full-time work.
So we've got the deaf-specific session, which is it's a multi-sport session for the deaf community, and we break it into young people and adults. It's led by our deaf instructor, Scott, who communicates through BSL. He also has an interpreter with him as well in case any of the parents aren't quite fluent in BSL.
So I'm a coach to disabled young people, so that includes deaf children or blind people, people using wheelchairs. It's very varied. People come in for activities, games, competitions, to build their confidence, boost their mental well-being and have a good time. So tonight's session is for deaf children and young people and their parents. They're welcome to come and enjoy themselves, playing games and activities, building their confidence and well-being. And the second session is for disabled people. It could be blind, learning difficulties, wheelchair users, a real mixture. The sessions can be integrated as well depending on who's attending. Everybody's welcome, just to avoid isolation at home, so it's a really nice welcoming environment. Growing up as a deaf person, I never had the opportunity to access fitness sessions. The lack of information and barriers that I experienced, I felt like I missed out. So now I'm a coach leading sessions for deaf and disabled young people, and I can provide a space for them with full communication access. Provide sessions that are fully accessible, visual. As a deaf person myself, I can empathise with the young deaf community. It's hard for them. They don't have access to clubs where they can communicate in their first language, so I like being a role model for them, and I feel very passionate about that, and I want to give back to the younger deaf community and disabled community and give them someone to look up to and realise that they can do it and the barriers they can break through. Everybody's welcome, don't think about it, just attend. Everybody signs or speaks. It's fully accessible for all disabilities. It's inclusive, it's natural, you won't be isolated or on your own. It's a nice positive environment to be in, and you'll feel good for attending, and you're more than welcome. My name is Darian. I like playing basketball and passing amongst each other, having a basketball match. I also like playing archery when the target boards are out and trying to get a bullseye. My name is Finley. I like football and the matches, scoring goals, having a laugh. I like that everybody signs, it's great. My name is Finn and that is my sign name. I like football, I like archery, I like basketball as well.
One thing we're really proud of here at Disability Sport Yorkshire is that we provide opportunities for the right reasons for people with disabilities to also work in this environment. Now that doesn't mean that we prioritise disabled people over anyone else. You still need to have a certain set of skills, but what we will always do is if somebody with a disability applies for a role, we'll automatically guarantee an interview. And then from there, that's actually allowed us to recruit a large number of staff with disabilities and volunteers with disabilities. So for example, our current volunteer base are 100% disabled and they're working with us at the moment on various different initiatives with a view to achieving paid, secure employment in the future. So not only are we continuing to establish our programmes, Sporting Futures, the Activate events, our schools activities as well. We work with special educational needs schools and we want to grow that as well, so we want to grow our staff team accordingly. One of the main areas that we need to focus on is our funding. We, like every charity, are reliant on grants, on fundraising, on donations. We're all in the same boat, everyone's fighting the same battle, but we of course need those funds to ensure that we can continue to offer the service and keep providing opportunities for disabled people. Yeah, if somebody wanted to get in touch, they can contact us on www.disabilitysportyorkshire.org or Google Disability Sport Yorkshire.